Yes, and welcome, Maynard, to this light talk, which we dedicate to our 25th anniversary year. COMETSA was established on the 1st of August 1997 as a development organization specifically focusing on sports. And over years, we became a business management organization split into commercial and non-profit development. So that's the background to our talk. Greetings to you and welcome. How are you doing in this Human Rights Month?
Greetings, Sam. I can't complain. So far, so good during this
Mm,
month. I can't complain.
yeah, great stuff. And we want to believe that COVID is behind us, but it's not really 100% behind us. We're still having to be very careful. How has it treated you so far?
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true, Sam. We feel like now it's very light. At least we can live a bit. Numbers, I think they are very low at the moment with COVID. Yeah, it's great because we're looking forward even in terms of the other exposures, business, and even traveling. I think they'll be open. So, yeah, we're looking forward for this. I think it's a great thing.
Mm. Um, if you, as you reflect in the past, I'm sure if they told you that business can be very rough in terms of natural forces that you don't have control over, you will have thought otherwise. Am I right?
Yeah, no, I mean, like we never thought like we might encounter such a natural disaster. Hey, this one it has been terrible in terms of the business. I mean, we never thought we can hit something like this. We never thought,
Mm,
definitely. I mean, and it affected business badly.
mm, yeah. Yeah, just having given the context of why we're having this conversation, I guess it's appropriate that maybe you share with our viewers who Maynard Maesela is and how did you end up being a self-employed or entrepreneur, so to say.
Yes. Well, Maynard Maesela is an entrepreneur, as Sam has indicated. I was born and bred in Limpopo area in Rankwana, in a small village called Jibeng. That's where I was born and bred.
Mm,
I grew up that side, and it was very exciting as a young boy growing up in a rural area.
mm,
You tend to meet a lot of things, lot of challenges, and it teaches you a lot in terms of life as well. You need to learn to be independent as well. So yeah, man, that's how I end up came in with the business idea where I had to start this venturing into the businesses and whatnot. So it has been a journey for me. Definitely it has
mm.
been a long journey up until I became an entrepreneur so far.
Tell me, what type of schooling did you have? Was it a government school in the village? And what subjects did you do? And how was it growing up in that school village?
Uh, I attended a very rural area, some, like I was in all the rural area school, public schools. I never went to Maltresia school, unfortunately. So I've been in a public school since primary, even in high school. And I even continued to I can say a rural university as well, because I was in the University of Limpopo, which is also based in the deep Limpopo province, So
Yeah.
I was even at the University of
You
Limpopo
you
as
are
well.
a rural boy all out. So
I'm a
just
rural boy all out.
just mention the name of the that rural high primary school you went to and the secondary and high, so that you can connect with your former colleagues out there.
I started my primary at Matinyane Primary School, which
Mm.
was like maybe about 500 meters away from home.
Oh
And
yes.
yeah, it was just a walk. And likely even my high school, I went to Moraswi High School, which is still another less than 500 to a kilometer away as well. So all my schools have been very local to me. I mean, I never walked such a long distance to school. During lunch breaks, I'll always go back home, eat at home, go back to school. So I never
Yeah.
had a lunch bag with me going to school.
Wow. That's good. That's always good to be closer to home. It saves a
Definitely.
lot of costs. Education shouldn't be expensive. So you went to University of Limpopo. What did you study?
Yeah, University of Limpopo, I studied the BSc in environmental science. So I'm actually an environmentalist in a way, you know. So
Wow.
that's why I end up liking nature sometimes. You know, I like traveling a lot. I like outdoor life, in fact. So
Yeah.
I like outdoors. So I studied environmental science that side.
Mm, mm. And did you get your degree in record time?
I completed my degree in record time. I've started 2005, completed 2007. Record time, completed my degree. Off I go.
Yeah. 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 And what happened after that?
Afterwards, like now the reality started to hit that now, man, you are a graduate. Now you must hustle. Now you must look for work. If I can share my journey after that, Sam, like it's very interesting. When I was busy writing my exams, I was staying off camp on my last year. So we used to go sit outside the old fence where we were staying. Or there was a big tree there. So when we were sitting there, there was just another paper that was flying. Small paper was flying around, Jane. Then I just trapped it. It's like, what this paper for? I take that paper and then I started to read about that paper. And then I realized when there's a internship advert, something like that, they're talking about some internships and whatnot somewhere in Pretoria. And I was like, what is this? Maybe I should apply for this thing. And yeah, man, I just quickly applied for that kind of an internship and I got the internship in Pretoria, like by then it was called Land Affairs. I think now it's
Yeah.
called Rural Development and Land Reforms. So yeah, that's where I started my internship and my journey started there, definitely.
Wow. That's like the angels were delivering a gift to you. Eh?
Definitely. I mean, like I can't forget that moment how it happened because like it's something that we never thought of. Just like this is a paper passing, just simply trap it and they're like, what is this? And they continue. No, that's where my journey had to start, and that's how
Mm.
my journey started. And
Did
then
you
I
end
went
up?
there.
Yeah. Did you end up working for the land affairs after your
Yeah, I
internship?
did my internship with them, but after the internship, I left. After the
Mm.
internship, I left to City of Johannesburg municipality. And yeah, from there I also left to City of Ekurhuleni.
Yeah.
After City of Ekurhuleni, I went to Durban. I stayed in KZN for about 3 or 4 years in another private company
Yeah.
called Jewett Consulting. They were more
Mm.
in engineering kind of, but there was especially into GIS section on their company. So I've worked in that company for about 3 years as well in KZN, and then I started pursuing my own company of branding. And for me to start this branding, I didn't start it alone. I started with my, I don't know what do we call it. No, sometimes English is something else. Uh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like I can say, is my uncle in an English term though. But like it can speak around. I started
Okay.
the
There's a brother to your dad.
Yes, I started the company with him, and then we pushed the printing. But as we grew up, then he started to feel like, no, let me branch out. And that's when now I branched out, and then I started my own company, which is now is running up to today. So the
Wow.
branding I started it that side with him, and then I branched out a year I think it was a year later, yeah, a year
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Wow. It sounds like your career happened very, very fast. I mean, was this you were just responding to opportunities, or do you sit down and planned that this is what's going to happen, or you were just responding to opportunities?
I think some, if I were to put it that way, every opportunity just presented itself to me,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah, every opportunity just presented itself to me, and I was just grabbing. Any
mm,
opportunity that comes, I will grab and run with it. That's
mm,
how my journey was very quick. And yeah, for sure, every opportunity was just coming to me, grab it, move with it. And
mm.
that's how I am. Even today, that's where I am. Even this company that I started, I mean, I think I just saw an opportunity in a market and then I ran with it again. Then I just like, well, you know what, let me branch out. And I branched out and then I ran with the opportunity. And unfortunately, this one, fortunate enough, is flourishing.
What did you learn from that those events that led to where you are now, that you can share with other people, especially about opportunities when they come your way?
What I can say is that, like, to not waste any opportunity that we have. Any opportunity that comes, you need to make
Mm.
use of it.
Yeah.
Definitely you need to make use of it. And even if you feel like maybe it's not going to work, try it. And then
Mm,
you'll see it's going to work for you, definitely. As long as it's opportunity that is coming your way, make it
mm,
work.
mm. You make me want to say that also coming into contact with COMETSA is it's an opportunity that presented itself to you and to COMETSA itself, and we grabbed it. Now here we are. We're talking to you as
Yeah,
part of the COMETSA network.
that one is also interesting for sure because it's an opportunity presented as well. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's opportunity that presented its own as well to me because I remember when I met you, we met back at home, and
Mm.
we engaged as like family members, and here we are now. We are more like a colleagues now. That's
Yeah.
how opportunity presented itself to me as well. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
opportunity presenting itself as well.
It took 5 minutes talk.
I mean, it took 5 minutes talk, and I mean, like, within a blink of an eye, we were already very far. We were
Yeah.
very far, man. Like, I can't even imagine how it started. But I remember we exchanged numbers that day, and we started communicating business wise. We started communicating the MPO, the
Mm.
COMETSA language, and we built it from there. And then we moved on with it. We carried on, and we soldiered on up until today.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We always say that it's an opportunity, but I think yes, it's an opportunity in the sense that you're meeting and you see what you can do together. But God has work in an amazing way. He knows what you need before you even yourself know. So I would like to believe that it was a connection made in heaven. So we just
True,
making it
true, true,
materialize.
true.
Yeah. So as I was sharing with the viewers and yourself at the beginning, that we were started 25 years ago as a development sports organization, and it gave back to the COMETSA GOC International, and now we have private and commercial and the development part. You're part of the development side and also the commercial side. On the development side, you are a member of COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club, which is nothing else but the get together, the organization that get us together and facilitate knowing each other, from which then we can build other relationships. We want to honor you and respect, celebrate your achievements, small as they might look. In my view, they are not small, they are big, because I can see what you are building, the ideas that you have, that certainly the legacy is in the making. So, what will you say is the key focus of Maesela? Is it Maesela Branding, or what is the name of the organization?
Yes, it's full name is Maesela Corporate Branding,
Yes.
but the website is Maesela Branding. So
Okay.
these IT guys, they will tell you of long words and whatnot. So on the website, it's just Maesela Branding.
Yes. And
Yes.
and, and branding is a very broad name, but specifically, what are the key offerings of Maesela Branding Group?
Uh, Maesela Branding is a very diverse company as well, and is a very big and broad indeed as well, because we do cater lots of things, definitely. Our key focus on Maesela corporate branding when we started, it
Mm.
was more on the corporate clothing. When we
Yes.
started the brand, where we were even looking into the rural areas where you will find the social clubs and whatnot, those small groups under the trees. We will go there and try to provide them with branding T-shirts for their clubs and whatnot. So that's where the company started with the branding idea in terms of promoting other companies' brand as well. Now you will do your flyers, you will do your pull-up banners, your signages, like you will do the small signage for a small company, and then for us it was a big thing, just to put that small signage there. To us it was a big deal, and that's where we started growing up. And as we move forward, then we also realized, well, no, you know what, Limpopo is another event province as well, where they are focusing more on the events. Then we started to brand the events as well, and then and that one is also doing very well in terms of event branding, because we're doing a lot of events that side. I mean, you can't even imagine the branding that we do for events, particularly like even from your basic weddings, like just to brand the whole wedding, from your branded water bottles, your programs, your wedding number plates, just a small basic branding of the wedding, Jay. It went far, it went very far. And even the normal gigs, like people, when they've got their own gigs, they will come for posters, that to design the posters for them and whatnot. So in terms of the events, we've been doing very well as well that side. So our company it's very diverse. It's very diverse. That's why there's another guy that will tell you, or you know what, with Maesela corporate branding, that one I know is a one-stop shop. Anything that we want in terms of branding, we know for a fact is a one-stop shop. And yeah, for sure, that's how we've been growing the brand as well. We've been growing the brand in that way.
Am I right to assume that you probably have relationship with other related service providers, and you consolidate and package for clients so that you meet their demand?
That is very true. Like we usually classify our clients. We know we do have our regular clients, we have got our corporate clients, we have got the individuals as well, which we don't sideline, in which we don't underlook at. So, but we do categorize our market as well. We know that we associated ourselves with every person from individual up to corporate, and we make a very good collaboration with even other big companies that do supply us with other materials, because when the minute you go bigger in terms of the signages, we know ourselves we can only print,
Yes.
that information. But in terms of the chromatic sheet itself, which is that steel sheet that we use, we depend on other corporate guys that supply us with those chromatic sheets as well. So we do collaborate with big guys as well to make us, to, and even to inspire us moving forward.
Do you see that there's a formula that other entrepreneurs should consider to not just to depend on yourself, but to collaborate in delivering service to clients? And what are the dynamics and challenges in that type of a setup?
Yeah, as an entrepreneur, you cannot win alone. That's one thing that I realized. There are certain
Mm,
things that you can do alone, but for you to grow, you need
mm,
other people around you. I mean, the person might be an inspiration, might be a motivator, might be whatever, but you still need people around you for you to move forward. You cannot do business alone and think you're gonna succeed. Mathematics, it will tell you that you cannot practice alone and you think you've got the right answer. You still need people around you so that they can tell you, and okay, fine. You might think your answer is correct, but you find that is actually wrong. So you need
mm,
people around you. Is like life is more like your mathematics practice. You need people around you. We practice, we check which one is the answer, because you might not you might find that like you got the answer right, but your formula was wrong. So you need to
mm,
get all the steps correct so that you know that you have got the right uh, answer at the end of the day. So we do need other people to collaborate with, to work together with, so that we can move forward.
mm,
I usually tell people that if you can look other nations, to mention like even the Indians particularly, those people they always work together. They don't do business alone individually. They make sure that they work together and they always succeed. And that
mm.
is where we black people lack in terms of working together in moving forward. So should we work together like those other nations, we will definitely go far as black business and as young entrepreneurs in these industries.
Yes, that is the rationale behind the establishment of COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club (NPO). That we create the avenue through which people can connect and relate to each other and even do things together. You have not only been a service provider to COMETSA Juice International in terms of the branding and the T-shirts. One of them I'm wearing now.
It's
But
our
you are
pleasure. It's our pleasure.
yeah, and you are a member of COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club. And in
Big
your view,
stage.
when you sit alone and you think about this membership of Friends and Supporters Club, what thoughts come to you, and what do you see as benefit of being part of the club?
Basically, I see a teamwork on this one. I see a teamwork and networking as well. You know, I get to meet a lot of people, even on my social media platform, the LinkedIn and others. I got to link with a lot of people through this organization, and so far, I think it taught me a lot in terms of networking, in terms of working together, that teamwork spirit. You know,
Mm,
so I think so far I've learned a lot on that.
mm. And then also just I guess the mere fact that you know you belong. I mean, that's the like-minded people who want
Mm.
to see development happening. We're celebrating 25 years now. Obviously, you joined just under the last 3 years now, but we have been in existence for 25 years. What has been obvious for you that says to you, yeah, no, this organization, you can tell it's been existing for a long, long time. What have you
Wow.
noticed since you joined us?
Yeah, no, like somebody who's experienced, you can tell. I mean, you cannot question somebody who's experienced, definitely. So far, I think I've seen COMETSA doing wonders, and I can tell that it's coming far and it's still
Mm,
going very far.
yeah.
So far, I can tell, man, the COMETSA is coming very far. It's been growing. I mean, in all dimensions, it's been growing in all dimensions.
Mm.
I'm very excited to be part of this ship as well, because I can see that wherever we are going, we are still going very far, and the journey is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, yeah. It must be wonderful for you to be counted among the service providers. Sometimes we look at you as a member, and sometimes we look at you as a service provider, and the language is different. I'm sure you know when I call you by just the first words whether I'm going to talk business or I'm going to talk membership issues.
Yeah, no, like like it's always very hard to differentiate between like whether we are now in business or we are now in the MPO, we are now in the studio. So we always jangle around whether now we are in the studio, the time we are in the business. So it's very exciting though, like it's very exciting. But sometimes okay, fine. When I get the call, I know or no, now this one is business. And I know when I get the call again, I don't know, no, this one today it's about the membership. It's all about the
Yeah.
COMETSA life, all about life and all those things. And
Mm.
sometimes I know, and I'll just receive a family call as well. So it's always,
Yeah.
yeah, it's difficult to jungle around all those calls, but they're very exciting.
Yeah, but that is also the insights in the management of complexity of relationships. Because if you don't throw the line, you just lump things into one. You can cause serious conflict, even non-compliance issues. Because business
Mhm.
is governed by compliance issues.
True.
So I'm glad that you have that challenge to deal with. But what do you want other people to learn from that? That drawing of the lines and separating private matters, family matters from business, NGO matters from commercial
Mm,
business.
mm.
It means something that you are intentional about. What do you want to teach people about it?
No, like there is a saying that you cannot mix pleasure with business. Such kind of the basic ways. Sometimes they start to make sense because okay, fine. If I need to talk about business today, we need to talk about business today, and it has to be strictly business. so that we don't confuse, other things. Now we start to ask about like what happened yesterday and all those things. So we need to know, okay, fine. Today we're going to talk about what happened yesterday, or we're going to talk about business, or we're going to talk about the organization itself in terms of how are we going to build it moving forward. So we need to always separate between the two things. So, it's very important. Otherwise, if when you talk to someone, you won't be confused as well in a way, or like, Kana, what call was he talking about today? That thing. So, but if you stick to the concept, okay, fine. Oh, he was talking about the business. You will always come to remember that, oh, we're talking about 1, 2, 3. But the minute we mix issues in one, fuse everything, it will be difficult now for somebody to sit and now to recall kind of what we were talking about. You always forget, or okay, fine. You end up taking one there, and you miss a lot of information in the midst as well.
So, what is your anniversary or birthday message to COMETSA as it celebrates 25 years of existence?
Yeah, well, what I can say to COMETSA, guys, let's work very hard. I know Sam used to tell me some vision of this organization in terms of building that side of Limpopo, like Sukukuni. We are coming, definitely. We will work hard for sure to make Sukukuni very proud. So we definitely need to work very hard to build this thing. It's a global network. It's a global organization. So we don't want to expand only in Sukukune, but like globally as a whole. It's just we just feel like Sukukune, it's our home.
Oh,
So we need to go there and invest more that side. So let's go and invest this year. We've been talking about it for the past years. So I believe this year is a year now to implement.
absolutely, absolutely. That's one project that we have already dedicated our time to, and there are people there that are mobilizing young people, especially the students. Yeah, but from our side at COMETSA in the office, we're proud of members like yourself who are not just individuals, but they are establishing entities. We believe that 5 to 25 years from now, the Maesela group, branding groups, and others will be big, and we hope we will have contributed to that. So the more members become entrepreneurs, the better. And we really wish you very well. Maybe before we bring our conversation to closure, what ambitions have you set for the Maesela Branding Group?
Yeah. As we talk about growth, we are definitely growing. We are definitely expanding. One of our vision was to expand globally, but definitely we need to talk and we need to start domestically. So we just opened an official branch in Limpopo last year. It was November. So
Yes,
it's an official branch that we took it to people. We wanted to take service to people. So we opened it last year November, and so far I think is picking up very well. So we're just looking to expand to other provinces if need be. So we just saw Limpopo as the first priority that actually wanted us disparately than any other province. So we decided to take service to them. We did so, and we hope to for sure to grow very big in the next coming few years, and we will definitely go big because when you start to make good relationship with big organizations like COMETSA and others, you are sure and definite that you will definitely grow because you have got somebody that you will always guide you through as well in terms of the hiccups that are there in the business. They will always guide you through. So we determined to grow bigger. Definitely, we are.
as part of obviously you are present in Gauteng, and Gauteng is your head office. So basically, then you are saying you are national through the Gauteng office, but you are also regional through the branch in Skukune in Limpopo province, Rankwana. Is it Rankwana where it's based?
Definitely, it's at
Yeah,
home.
yeah. Chipa etara mohlabeng wa bo yona.
I definitely had to do it that way, and like it's funny because I had ideas. Even my wife was telling me that maybe let's take it to town. But we said again, like, you know what? No, let's take it deep in the rural areas where people definitely need services. And we definitely took it to deep rural areas deliberately so. Deliberately so, we took it deep inside the rural areas.
Wonderful. I mean that the area where you are is very close to Bakersford. That's where the mining hub of Skukune region and Limpopo province. So you couldn't have been misplaced by putting it there. It happened to be your home, but it's very close to
Definitely.
the area where the mining is growing very fast.
Even in my backyard, I've got a Bauba platinum mine as well. So it's just I mean, like, it's just a kilometer away, that mine.
Yes.
So we are located ourselves in a good place for sure, definitely. So I
Mm,
can see now, well, we do receive a lot of queries from them in terms of the safety boots and the PP in general. So
mm,
it's promising us, like, for as long as somebody come and ask and
mm,
inquire about your services, to
mm.
us is a big thing.
Yeah, tell me the potential clients in this Kukune and Limpopo province who might want to reach your branch in Limpopo. Is there a number they can contact, or should they reach you at the head office here and then you direct them? What, in other ways, how do they get hold of Maesela Branding Group? Telephone number, email addresses, website. Will you want to share that with them?
They can contact us at the 082 or 076 1943 914, or they
Mm,
can even visit our website as www.maiselabranding.co.za, or they can
mm.
drop us an email at info@maiselabranding.co.za.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then I guess you have the social media pages that they can visit. What are the names?
Yeah, on Facebook we are Maesela Corporate Branding on Facebook, and on the LinkedIn we are also Maesela Corporate Branding, or they can even search Maynard Maesela. I think I'm the only one now to pop there and as well. So yes, that's our two social media platforms that we are at.
Mm, beautiful. One objective of profiling members of COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club as part of our 25th anniversary celebration is to exactly what we are doing now, and that is to position your business. In other ways, celebrate your successes with the success of COMETSA. So, the surprise present that we want to give to Maesela Branding Group is that in the coming month, it will be our Lekgotla that is dedicated to events management, events and conferencing management. So we want to charge you with the responsibility of being the special guest for that Lekgotla. But we are going to do it in style because eventing is mostly out for outdoors, for out there in the public. So you and I, we need to get together and see when we do the walk at Motorfontein Nature Reserve. That will be for the second time, and that will be in April.
Mm,
We'll put you on the spotlight to say anybody who wants to know about eventing and conferencing, they must look for Maynard as he will be
exactly.
walking and find out from him what are the tools of trade that they can learn from him. And when we
Wow.
come back and sit down for lunch at the farmers market, flea market, you should be having something that you could share with them about the Maesela Branding Group. And let's see
Mm,
how that can help you advance your business and also help us to demonstrate to the people that we mean it when we say that our interest is the growth of the businesses of our members. How is
mm.
that? How does that sound? How ready will you be
No,
for that?
No, I think that's very exciting for sure. You know, like the minute you talk about the events, I mean, I
Mm,
become excited because that's the field that actually excites me most as well. You know,
mm.
so I'm really looking forward for that one. And yes, I'm very excited.
Maybe you come with your team, whoever is your team, or people that work with you to come and do the walk. Invite more people to come and join the walk in April.
Mm,
And
mm.
then they mustn't go away and they must have lunch with us at the farmers flea market. And let's network and discuss how we can do things together to bring back these events and conferencing because you guys suffered a lot
Mm, mm,
during the
mm.
COVID. And we hope in that small way will be helping you to come up again and occupy the space.
That will be very lovely. That will be lovely, Nelson.
Good stuff. Lovely. So yeah, let's bring it to closure. Let's check out what do you think our conversation must have confirmed for people out there about the type of industry you are in and about the membership we are driving.
Wow. I think for the industry that I am in, people they might never thought maybe the branding might also be featuring in the events and what all those things. But yes, that's where we are. We feature anywhere as long as we brand. Our main aim is to brand, and with the organization that we are in, we are building relationships. We are building a team spirit. So yes, people must look forward for COMETSA, must come in numbers so that we can build this empire together.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much for your time and insights and sharing your journey and your passion. I'm sure Maesela Branding Group will grow and we will grow together as well as COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club and the COMETSA GOC International. Our idea is to network you guys to help you grow your business. But this year, obviously, we are also in a reflection mode, reflecting on our past 25 years from when we were just a small organization to where we are now. And we would like to call many more people who are interested in becoming part of the network. They can join COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club, which is the first step to take before you can become the associate of the bigger COMETSA group. And they can go to www.cometsaclub.africa and under join, just press there, follow the steps, complete the online form, and everything happen automatically. You get the invoice. The membership is quite very cheap, 280 rands a year. And for that, you get communicated with every month on events, Lekgotla Way. We have now introduced the walk and talk, Lekgotla. We identified Modderfontein Nature Reserve as the place where we will meet every month as members, non-members, family members, friends, business partners. We get to walk together, got to talk, and we get to sit down at the farmers market, flea market, eat together, and just enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the environment. And once again, thank you very much for your time, Maynard. And we're saying happy 25th anniversary to COMETSA family. And we're looking forward to the next 25 years and many more. Goodbye, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. It's our pleasure.